Good morning. You heard this expression, of course, elephant in the room, right? I love these situations when it happens. You have maybe a party and some people sitting there, and there is a subject or a question that they don't want to talk about, right? But everybody's got attention on it, They talk about everything else, but not that thing. And some of them are very nervous, and they will do anything to stop you if you want to bring it up, right? I don't know, maybe you are like me, because I'm hopeless. I'm absolutely hopeless in a situation like this, because I will bring it up, you see. I can't help it. That's what I do. And right now, there is an elephant in the room, of course. If you look at our societies, and it's COVID. What happened to people with the needle, right? That's the big elephant in the room. And what they did, how they lied about it, everything that they did around COVID. This is the elephant, if you ask me. And people don't want to talk about it, right? Now, I was thinking maybe we can lighten it up a bit. I was watching this comedian from the United States, and he talked about it. I think it's good if people can start laughing, at least, maybe. Right? So he said, his name is Tim Dillon. Right? And he said, I'm no doctor, I'm not a biologist, and I really don't know how effective these things were. I got the COVID vaccine, he said, and then I got COVID, like 4 times. Not an ideal product, he said. Well, this is brilliant, I think. Maybe we can lighten these people up, and they can start to find the comedy in it, because there is some comedy, isn't it, in this thing. I mean, what they did, right? Well, they put these planks on basketball courts. They poured sand on these skateboard ramps, things like this. They duct taped park benches, what they did during COVID. There's some comedy there. But of course, it's a tragedy. And there is some comedy, really, in how people reacted to it, don't you think? How they became so scared of something that they put these masks on, and everything people did, plastics and stuff, right? So I think maybe we can lighten it up, this subject. It's definitely an elephant in the room. And of course, media, they will not touch it, will they? Now, that's a bit funny, isn't it? They just won't talk about it. Even though it's the biggest story ever, maybe. It's a very juicy story, right? And they are like the people who will talk about anything else, right? But I was checking media today, this morning, and I think they are running out of things to talk about. It's getting harder for them to scare people now. They need to scare people. That's their job, right? And they tried with the climate thing, and it doesn't really work now, does it? I don't think so. And Putin is a scary guy. Oh, yeah. It's sort of lame, don't you think? And Trump, of course. Trump, terrible guy. It was very quick, I think, how this turned. It doesn't work. They can't manage to scare people of Trump. So they need something new, I think. But if media would touch that thing, the COVID and the needle, that would be very good for them, I'm sure. Because people are, at least subconsciously, they are very interested in this. People know what happened. They really know it. but they just refuse to hear about it. You can talk to anybody and you say, no, I want to tell you what they did during COVID. They don't want to hear it. Right. So media, they could gain, actually. They can get some respect back, but I don't think they will ever do it. Because they were part of it, weren't they? In the biggest crime of the century. So no, they will be silent. I also want to tell you this. BBC, I checked media, yeah, I did this morning. BBC, nothing big, right? They tried with they talked about Canada. They had this debate in Canada because there's an election coming up in Canada. And the headline was, Canada party leaders grilled in election debate on how to tackle Trump. See how they are trying to make something out of this? I also checked Swedish media. I found an article about Joe Biden in one of the Swedish newspapers. That was a bit surprising. I thought they forgot about Joe Biden, right? But they did. Apparently Joe Biden did a speech yesterday, I think. And this is what they say. Joe Biden gave his first public speech since leaving the White House. And Biden was not happy with his successor in the White House. Yeah? It's so lame, isn't it? Media. Yeah, I also want to tell you, I got this message from YouTube yesterday. They say, congratulations, your channel is 9 years old today. All right, 9 years I've been making videos. Yeah, I can see that it's 9 years. I don't feel like, oh, this was quick. No. I feel, yeah, it's 9 years. Right. I'm very proud of it, and I'm very happy. You know, actually, I want to thank YouTube. That's where I started. YouTube is so pathetic, isn't it? Especially during COVID, when they... Well, I couldn't even mention names. That's right. I was banned because I mentioned a name. And I was banned 6 times during COVID. So they are truly pathetic, these YouTube idiots. But still, I'm sort of grateful, because going on YouTube meant that I got to know some very sane people, thousands of them. Right? That's neat. That's very nice. See, so I suppose they contributed to this. They did, didn't they? So thank you, YouTube. All right, be good.